So welcome to the European Car of the Year. That's not something I was ever going to say much about Jeep, but don't turn off just yet because this isn't some petrol-powered Jeep Avenger. This is actually a fully electric one with a 520 kilometer range if you drive it on the roads, or 400 if you drive it on the big roads and the fast roads. So they claim you can do 400 kilometers in that. I'm going to put that to the test. My name is Bob Flavin. Welcome to the review of the 2023 Jeep Avenger. Okay, before we have a look around on the inside, let's look at the exterior design of this car, because yes, it is a small SUV, and you know that the market's starting to shift a little bit away from SUV towards more friendly hatchback, but it's still fully electric. So it's not the diesel petrol guzzler you might think it is, but on the front of it, it has that kind of wide open Jeep recognizable design with that same built-in sort of radiator grille, but it does have an unnecessary bonnet. If you're not into the bonnet look of electric cars, then this is not for you. They do hide things under there. They put the air conditioning under there. They put lots of other stuff. The battery floor is underneath here, so you get plenty of room underneath the car, but you don't see the battery so much. You don't feel it. You feel like you're sitting in the car, not on the car, which is the way that these battery packs tend to make you feel. You have to step into the car, but you don't have to do it in this. And then it is a small 5-door hatch. Let's make no mistake. You're talking about a Tiguan sized, a little bit smaller than that, maybe Tigo or something. And then around the back here, you've got this nice, easy to look at rear end that I have made bits of on an off-road course earlier on. Plenty of room in the car as well. We're going to have a look on the inside and see what features you get right now. Okay, so this is the interior of the car, and you can see this massive orange yellow dashboard insert that's there in front. It really does brighten the cabin. If that was plain black, this would be a fairly plain looking interior. There's also this big shelf here for whatever you want to throw in there, phones or other pens and things. Under that, they've got a fully manual air conditioning system, which I really like. All the buttons are there, all of the stuff is there. There's also volume control. It is also all on a touch screen if you want that. The two screens, so you've got the instrument binnacle here and you've got this massive touchscreen in the center, work well together. They don't get in your eye line. They're not going over the top of the windscreen, nothing. Coming down a little bit further, you got the gear shift along here, which is in a kind of a curious position. It's hard to figure out which one you're supposed to press. But then this part, this little pad, is like an iPad folder. You fold it back, and under that you've got a wireless charging tray, wired charging, and a sort of a cubby hole. Big space that is, and it'll take any size phone. That is an iPhone Max size. Just drop straight in there and the wireless charging comes straight on. Behind that you have the drive mode and handbrake, and then another storage bin, and then another storage bin behind that one. So there's tons of storage in this car. There's even 2 storage bins in the door as well. It really is very, very well equipped. One thing I will warn you is this yellow here reflects everywhere. So it reflects right up the side windows. It makes it a little bit tricky to be able to see in the side mirrors. But I'd say you get used to it. I'm not too sure how it's going to operate at night time, but we'll take it for a spin and see how it feels during the day. The power on the Avenger is second generation. It's a 400 volt E motor, and it's the first power unit launched by E Motors, the Stellantis 50/50 joint venture with NIDEC. It delivers 115 kilowatts, which turns into 156 horsepower and 260 newton meters of maximum torque. It's front wheel drive only, but it does have downhill descent. It does have mud and snow and all these kind of different versions that you can use while driving on and off the road. And now I'm on the road. It is actually really, really smooth in its pickup, and it has a long travel on the pedals. It takes a long time to actually reach any bit of torque. And I'm currently in sort of normal mode, as they would say. There's an eco and there's a sport, and then it gets into sort of mud, snow, ruts and things. I wouldn't be too worried about taking the car on that. So what Jeep is trying to do is capture a market of youth. They're trying to make it very youthful looking, and in that they're just going to have fairly straightforward range, Avenger trim comes with a 10.25-inch infotainment system. The longitude one will bring more bits and pieces to it, including a 16-inch alloy wheels and rear parking sensors. Altitude will deliver again more technology and exclusiveness, as they say. Still has a 10.5-inch digital cluster, and then the Summit trim will be the top of the range. That will have a 360-degree parking sensors and rear cameras and drone-like view, and a lot more kit involved. So what Jeep is trying to do is make back that market, because Jeep in America, of course, has a brilliant reputation over the years. Yes, of course, American cars have become more difficult to sell over the years because they tend to veer towards V8 and stuff. And so now Jeep has decided to do fully electric. Now, whether this gamble pays off or not, I don't know, because their core market would be the off-road market, and it's Jeep, so you'd expect this thing to get rough and tumble would be quite normal, and this is a two-wheel drive, small SUV, more like a 5-door hatchback. Does well on these little roads though, even though these massive trucks passes by the whole time here. The sport mode is actually pretty good. I like the dashboard readout. It does make it very easy to figure out how economical you're being with the pedal, because it has a little eco band. And you can put it into B mode to recover some more energy. And in actual fact, earlier on the day when we were going downhill, we recovered more energy than we were using to get down there, because the car was completely charging all the time while in hill descent mode. Sat nav, easy to use, easy to read. Jeep has always kind of had that, in fairness to them. Lovely storage in the place. I really like the storage stuff. I really understand why it's been pushed as that European Car of the Year thing. I actually think it might just deserve it. It's hard to say. I haven't tested all the European cars that are there. But this is the best part. This is an indicator. I hope you can hear that on camera, because it sounds like a little drummer. Little fella going dum 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 dum, and it's lovely. It's like a heartbeat or something. It's very nice. Small details in this car are really good. There's little things on the dashboard, little designs that they put in around the place that make it really nice to drive it. This is going to be on our market later on this year. Some of the taxes and things have changed in Ireland. They're always meddling with taxes. That means it's very hard to get prices on stuff. Very hard to do anything with them, but I think it'll be on sale later on this year, and I'll hopefully have a full price by the time this video comes out, but maybe not. I'm not too sure. It's under a bridge here. It is a very good car. Why don't we just pull over and have a little chat about it? So there you have it. That is the 2023 Jeep Avenger. Let me know what you think of it. I don't really have a price to give you just yet, but it's going to have to be very competitive in the market, because the market is starting to get a little bit more competitive. We are starting in around a 25 grand for electric cars, not a 30 grand. 40 grand will get you, 41,000 right now will get you Model 3. So it's got to be somewhere in that region. Otherwise it's not going to sell a bean, unfortunately. It's all going to come down to price and leasing. But this is actually a good car. European Car of the Year, as they say themselves. It's nice to see these kind of cars hit the road, but I'm going to test it some wet day in Dublin, in the back end of nowhere, where everybody sees it just being grey, and not here in Spain, where it is currently grey. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've hit the subscribe button. My name has been Bob Flavin, and I will see you on the far side. Before you go, there was a couple of other surprises as well. We got to drive a big Wrangler off-road into the water, mud, ruts, the whole thing. And guess what? It was actually a PHEV, so it's full plug-in hybrid. I went up a hill and no sound whatsoever. That brought the engine on. Rubicon is ready for action at all times, but we went very off-road and very angled. It was weird. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh my god, this is so angular. It was one of the most fun and adventurous days I've ever had on a press trip. That's crazy. Now we're going vertical. We can't see, you just see sky now for a minute. Whoa! That's wild. We are going to be hearing a hell of a lot more about Jeep this year now that Gowan Group has taken them on in Ireland, and they're going to be spreading countrywide. These cars are very capable. We're probably not going to get the Rubicon, but we'll certainly get the Avenger and a whole lot more coming from Jeep this year. So keep an eye on your showroom. We're going to have more on the show very soon. Okay, look after yourselves, take it easy. I hope we're going to be on another trip very soon, and we're going to be driving these Jeeps right here in Ireland. Look after yourself, and until the next time, I'll see you on the far side.